start a video segment, a series on how I schedule and how I organize our homeschool. We're going to start with specifically scheduling the subjects throughout the week. Here is a color-coded schedule that I set up. I do recommend those of you who enjoy working more by schedule, go ahead and lay out the week and color-code it, especially if you have multiple children, so they know what they're supposed to be working on at what time. And of course, this schedule, you will end up adapting it as you find that your children will need more time on subjects than you had planned for. But here's generally how I lay out my schedule. My son's schedule is in the aqua blue and my daughter's is in the pink. Anything else, any other color means that it's something they can do together. My daughter is doing sign language. That she does need me for. We do videos together, but that's something we do in the living room, and my toddler can be in there, and so he feels a part of. My daughter is also doing music theory. My son, his core curriculum is done on the computer using Switched On Schoolhouse this year. We're giving that a try to free me up to work with my daughter just a little bit more. And he's a very independent learner, so that seems to be working out very well. His handwriting is copy work. Then we work on, at that time with my daughter, with phonics and reading. We have a lunch break, and then their favorite class is art. I'll tell you later what curriculum I use for that. Then my son, while my daughter goes to play and my toddler is napping, my son does his piano lessons. It's in a separate room where he can close the door and focus on that without interrupting nap time. Then my son, while my daughter goes to take her nap, he works on his science fair work. He does a science fair every year. This will be his 4th year participating in that, and I highly recommend it, but I'll tell you about that in a separate segment, separate video. Tuesdays are just a little different because we have a PE class in the afternoon, so we rearrange a couple of things and skip the snack and art. Wednesdays look pretty much like Mondays. Thursdays, the only thing different is Tuesdays and Thursdays my daughter does sewing instead of sign language, and she does singing instead of music theory. So that's the two changes there. And my son does quiet reading time instead of science fair. And then Fridays we have kind of an abbreviated schedule as well, although we've added one extra thing in there. My son does his core subjects. My daughter does her workbooks, which are more like projects. They're not really workbooks she fills in. I cover a concept with her and then give her an assignment, and then she works independently for some of it. But then we have mommy-daughter cleaning time, so she gets to clean with mommy and have private time with mommy. But really, she's learning how to start cleaning a home and taking care of her own home. And then we have our state study time. That is a project we have been working on for, this is our 2nd year working on that. We wanted to continue it on. But then after they finish their state study, they are free to play. They've worked very hard through the week, so we let them take off from there. I hope the schedule helps you kind of figure out how I do mine. Not everyone needs to work by a specific schedule. It just depends on what your family is geared toward. We are very geared toward schedule due to the fact that we're involved in so many ministries, so this really helps us. It also helps my son, who is schedule driven, to know what's expected of him next. So he can work very independently. My daughter, obviously, who cannot read fluently yet, this is more just to help me keep her on track. But hopefully the schedule helps you. Thanks.